for some of the savings and assistance programs using one form. NJ Save can lower cost of everyday living expenses, including prescriptions, Medicare premiums, utilities, and more if you are eligible for it. To learn about NJ Safe or other available programs, please call the Office of Aging and Disabled Services at 732-745-3295 or visit the website. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Commissioner Charlie Kenny.
Thank you, Director. Just a couple items tonight. One is the New Brunswick train station. The effort between NJ Transit, MCIA, and the county to renovate the New Brunswick train station is progressing. The initial phase of construction has been awarded, and construction to railings, lighting at the underpass to improve visibility and safeguard pedestrians. This phase of the construction will be followed by renovations to the existing station and construction of a new head house on Easton Ave and French Street, and is expected by the third quarter of 2026. And then also I'd like to make mention that we have received numerous emails over the last few months regarding our ride transportation system. The emails have been from residents who have used the ride transportation system and have been very happy and wanted to commend the either drivers or the people that arrange the transportation trips through the scheduling. And I just wanted to make note of that and say, Stanley, thank you all down there for all the work you do in getting our residents to and from where they're going. And then the last item I have is today New Jersey Transit announced that the final phase of the Portal Bridge replacement is going to be starting in mid-February. This is going to affect the three lines that run through Middlesex County, the Raritan line, the Northeast Quarter, and the North Jersey coastline. They're going to be switching tracks. At this time in February, they're going to switch one of the tracks over to the new bridge, the new Portal Bridge. In that Portal Bridge, we're replacing a bridge that's 111 years old. To do that work, they have to remove 6 catenary poles. They have to lay a couple miles of track. There's going to be switching signals that are going to be changed. There's going to be need to do rewiring and also testing. And this is going to be a inconvenience for those that use New Jersey Transit or any of the trains that come through the area. This is supposed to run between mid-February and mid-March. It is going to be a reduction in trains, but they are going to make some of the trains longer, so that longer as in more cars, so that this way they can fit more people onto the trains. They're going to be working 2 shifts a day, 7 days a week on this project. Like I said, their estimation is that it will take about 4 weeks. One of the things is, depending on that 4-week mark, is going to be the safety inspections at the end to make sure that everything's up and working and safe. But if you want more information, you can check out the New Jersey Transit website for more information in regards to how the schedule is going to change. There's going to be some cross-honoring of tickets, and there's going to be some other arrangements made to get people into New York City. So I just wanted to put that out there, and I'm sure there's going to be more talk about that through online and other areas. So that's all I have, Director.
Thank you. Commissioner Messin-Copel.
Thank you, Director. In 2014, Middlesex County became the first county ever in the state of New Jersey to adopt a debt service and surplus fund policy. Fast forward over 10 years, both policies remain intact and have resulted in millions of dollars in savings for taxpayers. 2026 will mark 12 consecutive years of decreased annual debt service payments. Particularly from 2025 to 2026, Middlesex County will see an annual allotment decrease from $46.4 million to $43.3 million. This is a savings of over $3 million. Surplus also shows consistency and positive growth pattern over the same period. Budget year 2025 was closed with a surplus level of $114.5 million, an increase from the prior year of just over $1 million. This increase sustains a surplus to budget ratio of approximately 19%, a value that is highly coveted by bond rating agencies. The ability over the long term to consistently decrease annual debt service payments and grow surplus is a clear indication finances are being effectively managed. Director, this concludes my report.
few comments. I just want to wish everyone a happy new year. And today is, as we know, is January 15th. These are two important things with today's Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. We're celebrating it on Monday. It's an official holiday. Just want to remind everyone to take an opportunity to go out and celebrate his birthday, whether it's a day of service or just learning more about him himself and what he actually stood for in this country. And it's also Founders Day for a sorority that I'm part of, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So I would like to wish my sorors a happy Founders Day. Many of you guys know that our previous vice president was a member of the sorority. So I just want to wish the sorors a happy Founders Day.
Thank you. Deputy Director Shanti Nara.
Thank you, Director. From the Department of Public Safety and Health. On December 31st, the Honorable Yolande Chacon retired as Middlesex County Prosecutor. I want to take a moment to just thank her for her service. And, I don't know if the residents of this county are really aware of what a conscientious steward we had for the office of the county prosecutor. And it has been a pleasure to work with her these last several years. And while I know she's retired for this job, I know she's not completely going to hang up her badge, and she's previously been a judge. She's moving on to some other things, and we wish her well. But on the same day that she retired, Linda Estremera was sworn in as the new Middlesex County prosecutor. And Prosecutor Estremera has been a longtime assistant prosecutor, a deputy first assistant, and has served over the years in many supervisory capacities in our Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office. We're confident that she'll serve the residents of this county with fairness, professionalism, and dedication to the office of the county prosecutor. And I speak on behalf of the whole board when we say that we wish her well as she takes on these new duties. And the only other thing is that I will say this: we may be having a storm. There's a lot of controversy about how big the storm is going to be this weekend, but just in case, I just want to ask everyone to be cautious out there and be careful, because whether we get an accumulation of a lot of inches or we just get a coating, the streets can be dangerous, and I want everyone to be nice and snug in their homes so that also our county workers, and especially the people from this department, public safety and health, aren't called out to rescue you, take care of you, and they can stay home with their families as well. So that's all.
Thank you. Commissioner Charlotte Nara.
Thank you, Director. There's 2 days of football, Saturday and Sunday, so you don't watch football. If you're starting to feel a little cabin fever, come out to the family ice rink for some outdoor fun overlooking the beautiful Roosevelt Park. Enjoy the fresh air while skating for pleasure during the open skating sessions or while taking ice skating lessons. Information about the rink, including hours, pricing, can be found on our website. I know that some of you are already making plans for warmer weather, for spring and summer. So I want to let you know that our Parks office will start taking picnic reservations for our 2026 season on February 2nd, Groundhog Day. All reservations are being done electronic reservation system. So head over to our website to find the information you need to reserve your picnic.
Thank you. I would just like to say, make a few comments. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Commissioner Charlie Kenny, who has become the chair of the North Jersey Transportation Planning Authority. He's been a member there for quite a few years, representing Middlesex County, and I'm sure he's going to do a great job as the chair of that authority. I'd also like to congratulate and thank for her service as our prosecutor, Yolanda Chacon. She did an outstanding job, totally professional, and really made that prosecutor's office second to none. And I wish nothing but the best for our new incoming prosecutor, Linda Estremera, who's been with that office for, I think, about 25 years, and I'm sure she will be a fantastic prosecutor. At this time, Mr. Kelso, any resolutions to be added? There are none. Any resolutions to be amended? There are none. Any resolutions to be held? There are none. Any resolutions to be voted? There are none. This time I open up the meeting to the public on any resolutions listed on the meeting. 5 minutes.
Good evening, Charlie Prattville, live here in New Brunswick on Stam Street. The editor of New Brunswick Today, as you know, I'm broadcasting tonight's meeting on the New Brunswick Today YouTube channel. Happy New Year. I'll start with the first item, 2620. This is a contract for Mr. Kelso's law firm on top of, in addition to his role as a county employee. I typically ask about this every year. Why do this? Why is it, it's not enough to have Mr. Kelso make greater than $200,000 to sit in that chair and be your county counsel. We also have to hire his firm. Who's making these choices to select Kelso and Burgess as a firm that the county hires? Is this done through a fair and open process?
Mr. Cradwell, as you stated, you say this question every year, and we have no problem hiring Mr. Kelso as county counsel. I'm a firm philosophy. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And Mr. Kelso has represented this county and given us commissioners great legal advice through the years, and we feel comfortable and forward to working with him for the year.
Well, respectfully, that doesn't answer my question as to whether this was a fair and open process. It's a yes or no question. Was it fair and open or non-fair and
You're
open?
talking about a legal principle, and the answer to that is yes. We submit qualifications each year under the statute under fair and open principle.
Okay. And just to be clear, if you were to vote down this item or table it, Mr. Kelso would still be the county counsel, correct? Right? You've hired him as staff. He is on the staff. This is above and beyond that. You're also hiring his firm.
Yes.
Right. Why is that necessary?
As you know, Charlie, there are a number of law firms that we retain throughout the year, and based on the expertise they bring to the table, the legal matter that we're dealing with, we then realize those law offices in that capacity. Councilman is one of the firms that we do that with. The way we structure this, we always ensure that we get the very best of the best in providing legal service to the town.
So what kinds of matters do they handle?
Whether it be comp cases, whether it be claims for insurance, whether it be legal matters on labor negotiations, whether it be matters of litigation on outside claims, just to name a few. All of those, again, there are many situations where legal matters come before the county commissioners, and what we do is make sure that we utilize the law firm that's best known to represent us in those cases.
To answer your question more specifically, the contract specifically provides for services associated with open space acquisitions with regard to bond opinions or any bond transactions or guarantees. It involves engineering projects associated with roadway improvement projects where we are doing traffic signals or urban improvement and so forth. It also covers legal services associated with the CIO project and also the environmental prosecution.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. May I ask, is there a not to exceed amount on the contract, or is it limitless? It could be as many hours, you bill just as many hours as you work.
There is no limit, but it's at $200 an hour.
And that hasn't changed.
Okay. And how many attorneys are at this firm?
3.
Okay. And I guess I just want to also note that this firm has other clients too, including many, if not most, of the big real estate developers in the New Brunswick area. And I think that that presents a real conflict of interest. I bring this up whenever Mr. Kelso is appointed. I bring this up now that the firm is being appointed. And I have got to say that it doesn't pass the smell test. I understand that you choose Mr. Kelso because you think he gives you good advice, but I think we all need to be aware that he's also serving other clients at his firm, including some of the most powerful real estate developers, including real estate developers that do work with the county. So, for instance, I see him over across the street at the New Brunswick Planning Board, representing the New Brunswick Development Corporation, or I Development. Of course, New Brunswick Development Corporation is planning to build the tallest building in New Brunswick, and the county would be a tenant in that building. Many of these buildings impact the county, and I think it's a huge conflict of interest.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Commission has to vote on anything separately?
No.
Okay.
2624.
Which one?
2624.
Anyone else?
I'm 2644.
No, I'm not fine.
2672.
I do, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, yes. 72.
Mr. Kelso?
Yes, Director, a motion would then be in order, excuse me, to adopt the consent agenda consisting of resolution numbers 26-20 through resolution 26-101, exceeding resolution 2624, 2672, 2644 to be ordered on second.
Is there a motion to adopt the consent agenda?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Roll call.
County Commissioner Spillier.
Yes.
County Commissioner
Yes.
Kenny. County Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
County Commissioner Long.
Yes.
County Commissioner Deputy Director Nara.
Yes.
County Commissioner Tamara.
Yes.
County Commissioner Director Rios.
Yes. Now, Director, appropriate to consider the resolution excluded by Commissioner Kenny, and that's resolution 26-24.
Is there a motion to adopt?
Second.
Roll call.
County Commissioner Spillier.
Yes.
County Commissioner
President, not
Kenny.
voting?
County Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
County Commissioner McCollum.
Yes.
County Commissioner Deputy Director Nara.
Yes.
County Commissioner Tamara.
Yes.
County Commissioner Director Rios.
Yes. And that, Director, would be appropriate to consider the resolution excluded by Commissioner Tamara, and that's resolution 26-40.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
County Commissioner Spillier.
Yes.
County Commissioner Kenny.
Yes.
County Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
County Commissioner McCollum.
Yes.
County Commissioner Deputy Director Nara.
Yes.
County Commissioner Tamara.
President not voting.
County Commissioner Director Rios.
Yes.
And finally, Director, it would be appropriate to consider the resolution excluded by Deputy Director Nara, and that is resolution 26-72.
Is there a motion to adopt?
Second.
Roll call.
County Commissioner Spillier.
Yes.
County Commissioner Kenny. County Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
County Commissioner McCollum.
Yes.
County Commissioner Deputy Director Nara.
Present but not voting?
County Commissioner Tamara.
Yes.
County Commissioner Director Rios.
Yes. This time I open up the meeting to the public. Please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes.
My name is Irfan Kawaj. I live in Princeton, 100 Tyler Road, work in business. This is my third statement here on the matter of what was previously called the Immigrant Trust Act. As everyone knows, we're in the home stretch toward passage of the Act, a version of the Act, but not there yet. To that end, I wanted to address some issues raised at the last meeting back on December 18th. Preliminary issue. We were given a very confident assurance last time to Mr. Rios that anyone who wanted to talk to the board could contact it by email and do so. I contacted the board by email on December 29th. I had a case number here. More than 2 weeks later, I haven't heard anything. At the December 18 meeting, around 70 minutes into the meeting, Jenny Psaki of Cranberry addressed the board. 3 minutes into her comment, she asked, "Is there any one of you who would probably be willing this evening to say you support the Immigrant Trust Act?" A long silence followed. "Any one of you?" she repeated. After 10 full seconds of silence, Shanti Nara, Deputy Director Shanti Nara, asked Director Rios for permission to speak and said, "Director, I'd like to speak. I will tell you that I am supportive of the Immigrant Trust Act." Now, as a relief, I guess, except for the implication that Ms. Nara needed Mr. Rios' permission to answer such a simple question, that the answer had to be addressed not to the questioner or the public, but Mr. Rios. Ms. Psaki then asked, "Are there any others who would be willing to say publicly," and trailed off. At that point, Ms. Nara broke in with a statement, much of it critical of Ms. Psaki and the activist camp. "It was unfair," she said, "to call out individual commissioners, each and every person," as she put it. Well, each and every person wasn't called out. No one was called out. The body as a whole was asked for their opinion. And in that context, individuals were invited to speak or not, and most of them didn't. That's the exact opposite of calling people out. I can illustrate that very simply by calling people out right here, and you would see the difference. As for what was accomplished, it seems to me something constructive was accomplished. What we saw was a legislative body being asked their view on a pending piece of legislation. And yet what we also saw was a body absolutely terrified to answer the question. In the spirit of, Father, let this cup pass from me. Which raises the question, if this is how afraid they are to answer a question, what would induce them to stand up to ICE? Now, we were then given a mini lecture about how much the county has done for minors in the past, which I didn't dispute. But I have to say that every word of this lecture was irrelevant to the question at hand. The question was, who supported the ITA? That question is not answered by giving an inventory of what you've done in the past. For another thing, the county's past performance has no bearing on the threats of the present. Within the last 24 hours, 40 towns have come under ICE raids. If we lose protections codified in this legislation, we don't get them back by brandishing a bunch of gold stars that commend your past performance. We just lose them. That's it. Now, Ms. Nara tells us of the respect that she has for her colleagues. I would have more respect for them if they passed a resolution, even one that comes after the governor's expected, not guaranteed, signature on the immigrant protection package. What that would do is align this county with the 7 counties that favored the Immigrant Trust Act, as contrasted with the many counties that are obviously hostile to it. For instance, Sussex, Warren, Hunterdon, and Monmouth. Now, I was a frontline healthcare worker in Hunterdon during COVID. In March 2021, I brought to the attention of Greer Graywall and Jen Davenport that the state's COVID mandates were openly being flouted in Hunterdon County. And not just by ordinary people, but by law enforcement agencies themselves. Now, Davenport, reluctant to play whack-a-mole with his police department in that one, declined to pursue the matter. And I'm not criticizing her. I'm just saying a version of that is bound to happen again. The counties that hate migrants, and they do, will hate this legislation if it passes. And they will refuse to enforce it no matter what it says. We need to know that Middlesex County is not one of them.
Time's up.
Anyone else from the public?
Yes, please.
Please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes.
Good evening once again. Charlie Cradaville, still from New Brunswick, and I'm the editor of New Brunswick Today. I do want to start off the year by thanking everyone for their service at the county. I know there's a lot of people who do important work, and they don't get to sit up there with their nameplates or have the same name recognition that you all do, but I want to appreciate everybody who's working to make it a great place to live. I think there's a lot of important work that goes on, but there's also a lot of systemic problems that continue to plague at least the city of New Brunswick, where I spend most of my time. I know, I also want to just say thank you to all the folks who've been coming to the meetings and speaking up, especially, the last gentleman made a lot of good points, and, I think we need more people to come to these meetings, and so that's one reason that New Brunswick Today tries to record them, or in tonight's case, we're even broadcasting live, because we need more engagement, and, it's unfortunate, I'm going to give a special shout out to the county communications people who do respond to my questions, and I appreciate them. I don't get the same responsiveness from the elected leaders. I think I have one of your phone numbers, and I reached out to that person, don't want to call you out, but just asked about the scheduling for the meeting. Said, when's the second meeting of the year? No response. So, I think you all have to do better for the employees, for the residents, and make the county even better, because we still have major issues with transportation and safety surrounding it. I'm happy, Mr. Kenny, that you got a position leading that important authority, and I know you've been in a lead role there before. And I hope that you'll work to get us safer intersections, more public transit. There's been a lot of discussion down in Trenton. I've been spending a lot of time down there, and there was a bill that would have affected microtransit and the Bride on Demand program. I'm sure Mr. Carroll's probably familiar with the bill. But it was said repeatedly over and over again, microtransit is not supposed to replace fixed route bus systems, but that's exactly what this county did. You used the pandemic as an excuse to take away New Brunswick's bus systems, made us wait years, and then you rolled out this new program that, while it's decent, it is not meeting the need. It's great that we can get cheap rides from one part of New Brunswick to another, but you opened up a health center in East Brunswick and you still haven't expanded it to reach that area, even though I've been told it'll probably happen soon. I don't know what happened to that expansion, but it's not there. The service ends at 6 p.m. on weekends. People need to get around more than just 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and we deserve better. There's also real problems with law enforcement. 68-year-old Deborah Terrell, shot and killed by a New Brunswick police officer, and we just have not seen the response that we need from our leaders to show us that that's not okay. And unfortunately, the same crap is happening with the federal government killing people and refusing to even name the killer. For what it's worth, Attorney General Matt Blackins, leading the investigation into the killing of Deborah Terrell, refuses to say who did it. I'll say who did it. It was Officer Josue Plaza. And it's outrageous that our government won't give us even that modicum of transparency. When police do good things, you bring them up here, you honor them, you say their names. But when they do bad things, our government covers it up. Our government protects the police over the people. And that is not acceptable. And there's many other issues that we're going to face this year, including data centers. I think you had an item on tonight's agenda that may well help the construction of a huge data center on Route 1 in South Brunswick, the types of things that's going to raise our electricity rates, use up our water, and for what? A small handful of jobs to make it so people can make goofy AI images that are going to mislead people or confuse the public. What are we doing here? We need real leadership, and I see a lot of celebration of yourselves. For instance, you took away our right to speak at the reorg meeting on governmental matters related to the county, and you use it as a way to celebrate yourselves. You use it as a way to have a big party, and you're losing the focus of what government is supposed to be. You work for us, and I am really tired of hearing people come up here and not be listened to, and I'm tired of your attitude. So please,
Out of order.
knock it off and do better.
Your time is up.